Okay, welcome everybody. I need my microphone. Okay, how are you? Everybody good? So there's a quick event that there will be first test 1 next week this time. Okay? Without any strong valid reason, yeah. Without any strong valid reason, suppose I will not be able to retake your test. Okay? We are going to okay, so I don't know yet what will be the question, but I gave you some idea, right? So that your test 1 will be mainly review of your previous course. Yes. Not tomorrow.
It says it opens September 7th from 6 p.m. and closes September 8th. It says it opens tomorrow.
So yeah, I will fix this.
Okay, so test is September 13th?
Yes.
Okay.
Text will be the next week, okay? So that will be on paper and pencil based. Paper pencil based, not on D2F.
Okay. It says it will be on front of the clock.
Yeah, there's a assignment on D2F.
Yeah.
Just test.
I will see. Can you just show me what is wrong for me?
Yeah, so when you go to assignments, the quiz list, you go to current quizzes, below there's future quizzes. Shows stuff that we can't see yet. And here, in test 1, requires one to plug down browser, and the date and time will be included.
I don't know yet, but I will see, but not tomorrow. It's not going to be tomorrow. Okay, for sure, we will change it next week. Okay, next week. I don't know if it is locked browser or I heard that it will be on paper. Okay, so we are working on team. Other people are. So we will discuss tomorrow. Okay. So how is this course going on? Are you getting interest? Are you feeling interest?
I'm just confused more than anything. More of the structure of the class, I think the content and everything has been fine so far. It's more or less just figuring out what to do when and how the assignment structure is working out.
So the assignments are related to lab. You see assignment on D12 here. This assignment there is a mistake. We don't have an assignment over here. So assignments are related to lab. Maybe that there's something messed up that I will delete this assignment. Assignments are related to lab. Yes.
Student writers strategy fails to hide feedback. He failed to hide his quiz screen properly.
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Oh, nothing. No,
I don't understand what it is. My question is that how are you feeling this course? Do you understand my lecture? Yes.
I mean, last night when I was doing pseudocode, I got pretty interested. I looked up videos on like abstract classes, and the guy explained pretty well how kind of useful they are and how they have drawbacks, like we did in class before. But with his example, I could actually see, based off of the code, exactly what he was talking about.
Which last class video or
Or
other
it
video?
was a different video, but he covered the exact same concept pretty well, and he gave like examples of game objects versus players versus menu objects, stuff like that.
Yeah, yes, there are tons of videos. You do so. Do you please do a Google search for abstraction, abstract class, interface, inheritance. You will see a lot of videos, and the people have described very nicely. Okay, but I feel discomfortable teaching like in language independently. This class, I would feel better if I could explain you with a programming language, any programming language, either Java or Eclipse, or Python or C#. So that will be better because these things are really difficult. Especially tonight's class will be really difficult. So I need all of your kind cooperation for tonight's class. Okay, so this is a very tough topic, and then I was expecting that it would have at least two lectures, but I have to complete it by tonight. So let us try, but please give full attention. Okay, no browser open, please, no phone open for today's class. Okay, can we come to that commitment? Yes. You want to tell me something? No?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. So let us try. So other day we were discussing the limitations of inheritance, right? We found three limitations, right? Major limitations. Yes. I get to it. So yes. So please pass out the attendance sheet, okay? So we found three major or notable limitations of inheritance. Okay. Number one is, or what is number one? One of those was that there is no surety that the derived class will use inherited property, right? So in order to make that thing happen, we use abstract class or interface. And abstract class or interface ensures that the derived class will use or at least redefine the abstract methods that are declared in base class. Okay. What is the second limitation? The second limitation was that inheritance cannot have multiple parents, right? So we have resolved that issue by using interface. We can implement multiple interfaces in a class. Okay. And there was another limitation we found. What is that one? Yes.
The parent class does not inherit properties from the subclass.
Yes, parent class will not inherit. Parent class does not have accessibility. Okay, does not have accessibility to use subclass properties. Right? That is another limitation. So through polymorphism, so some sort we have a remedy, okay, to remove some sort of that limitation. We will see how that is possible. Actually, that is possible through typecasting. Okay, so by using typecasting, a parent class, not exactly parent class object reference can using typecasting. Parent class reference can use properties of subclass. Okay, so our last class and this class, actually we are discussing how to remove or how to improve the limitation of inheritance. Okay. So actually polymorphism, poly means many, morphism means pattern or in English, what is the meaning of English meaning of morphism? Changing means form, right? So polymorphism means when one object has multiple status or multiple forms. Okay, so based on environment or based on situation. Okay, that is kind of polymorphism. But like for instance here I'm a teacher, right? Okay, you are my student, right? You are student, I'm teacher, but somewhere I am a student and I have a teacher. I have another teacher, right? To someone I am also student. Here you are a teacher. So me as a single object, I behave differently in front of my teacher and in front of my students, right? In front of my teacher, I will be a student and I will be following the lecture. In front of my student, I will be giving lecture. So I am playing multiple roles, right? Double roles. So polymorphism is same kind. Okay, one object plays multiple roles based on situation, based on environment. That is very usual in our real life. So the concept of object-oriented programming is to develop and design programs more likely with a real-life situation. Okay, so polymorphism is, there are two kinds of polymorphism. One is static binding, and another is dynamic binding. Okay, static binding is that we see that is implemented in compile time. And dynamic binding is implemented in runtime. Okay, so actually in object-oriented programming, polymorphism are implemented by two ways. One is called method overloading, and another is called method overriding. Okay, method overloading and overriding. But some people say that method overriding is the actual polymorphism. Some people do not accept method overloading as a polymorphism. Method we saw other day, right? What is method overloading? One method can use different set of arguments, right? A method can have, a class can contain multiple methods, and each method will have its own argument set, different argument sets. So based on the number or size of the arguments, appropriate methods are called during runtime. That is called method overloading. So I discussed last class. Do you like me to go back? Okay, maybe when I go to explicit answer. Okay. Overriding, actually method I will be showing method overriding today. Actually, what polymorphism do? Polymorphism show multiple role playing of an object. We will see how possible, but if to understand polymorphism, we need to learn something that has a property or okay, so I got it here. So overloading means the difference between overloading and overloading happens within same class. Overloading happens within, okay, so in terms of overloading, each method has no argument. There is each method has a string. So these are two overloading. And in terms of overriding, method signature is same. You see, method signature is same in parent class and child class, but the implementation is different. Implementation is method function different. Parent class and child class method was important. expression, let us consider a rectangle is a derived class of a coordinator. Say like this. This is expressed like, for instance, we have a quadrilateral class. This is the base class, and a rectangle is base class, is a child class. And then here, so quadrilateral is a base class, and then rectangle is a child class. So then let us come from other. Let me show this with a example, for instance. Okay, so rectangles may have different like squares. It may be squares, or it may be parallelogram, or it may be rhombus or trapezoid, like this. So for instance, if the parent class has a method like find area, and it is common, right? So then these all of the child class objects will have the same method, but this method will have different implementation, right? Right? For instance, the triangle is not a rectangle, but let us think triangle. So triangle. So an area of a triangle is different than an area of a square measure, right? So if I have a method over here, this says measure area, that area will be implemented differently. We will have a straightforward method, one single method that will be used over all times. So let us come to with an example. I have on here. Okay, listen. So in order to understand polymorphism, we need to understand object relationship. Okay, so please give attention to understand object relationship. Okay, so object relationship, so this is, for instance, this vehicle is the parent class or base class, okay, and this car class and truck class, these are child classes of this base class, right? So then by convention, or naturally, a car is a vehicle, right? We say a car is a vehicle, and a truck is a vehicle, right? A truck is a vehicle. Okay, although a car is not a truck. A car is not a truck, right? A car is different from a truck. Truck means that the vehicle that carry household items or goods, right? Okay, so this is pretty simple, right? You understand, right? This one, okay. So now, right, this is easy for me if I explain it with a program. This is easy for me, okay. So I have uploaded this program on my GitHub account. So you can download the program from GitHub account, or you can, if you do not like my program, you can do Google search. You will find a lot of examples. And try to understand with example, with program. Then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, for instance, here I have interface over here vehicle. Okay, and this vehicle has a boolean has engine, okay, has engine property, and it has a public method, okay, so vehicle information. So if, okay, for instance, if this interface is implemented by car class, okay, so then I have added some more extra properties of the car class, like vehicle information, like maximum speed, maximum capacity, and this car Okay, this car has this is a constructor, right? In this constructor, it has used this dot vehicle info, this vehicle info equal to car info. Okay, so actually means I'm meaning that override. Okay, there is a mistake over here. It should be abstract. It should be abstract over here. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's good. It's no problem. In an interface, everything is abstract. In an interface is 100% abstract, right? So this method does not have any body over here. So when we implement an interface in a base class, in a child class, we must override. We must redefine. So redefine equal override using override notation this method. So for instance, for car implementation, just I'm giving this print line method. This is a vehicle info. And if I implement this same vehicle in another class, truck class, I have another different kind of implementation. Now you see that this is this dot vehicle info. This line and this line are same, exactly same. But when you run this program, in the runtime, okay, so this output of this line and this line will be different. But what is the reason? Because this line, exactly this line is exactly same as this line. But there are two reasons, because I have used these operator over here. So these operator will ensure that, okay, so at the runtime it will get its current object. This vehicle info method will get its current method. Okay, so let me see if I have this is the example how to use this in main method. So this is the main method. Okay, so that you see that output will be different. I'm not going to explain this with the PowerPoint. Like I want to show this. If I have time, I will show this in the program on Eclipse. Okay, so let us try to understand object relationship in a broader context. Okay, so let us expand this diagram or make it complex. Okay, so how can I make it complex? We can add an engine, right? We can add an engine to a vehicle. Okay, so that if we add an engine to a vehicle, so this is composition, right? Block means composition. That means a vehicle must have an engine. Without an engine, this vehicle is disabled, powerless. Okay, so this object relationship diagram, it explains that a vehicle has an engine, okay, and car is a vehicle, and truck is a vehicle. So a car has an engine, and a truck has an engine. Okay? Because car is a subclass of vehicle, and vehicle has its property engine, so a car must have an engine. And here, definitely a car is not a truck. Okay, these are two different objects. So if we expand this as a more complicated way, it's okay. Here in real life, when you go to software development, you will see more complicated than this. Okay? Really more complicated than this. Okay. Okay, so what is the relationship between, question, what is the relationship between vehicle and engine? It is a composition. One day in the previous slide is composition. Composition means an engine is an essential part of a vehicle.
So how do you write a composition? What is the syntax for that? Like if writing your car and truck, because they are a vehicle, you write car in public class car implements vehicle. So how would you, under the vehicle class, how would you write that?
Good question. Very nice question. Do you understand this question? He asked how we ensure that a vehicle will have an engine, right? Okay. We ensure that by using an engine or engine property as an abstract method or abstract property, or by, so if engine has engine as an abstract property, then definitely that a vehicle must have that engine. You know, minute ago, I showed you program. This program has Boolean has engine. Good question. Has engine, and since it is interface, so we have to add. This is an abstract property. Okay, that we abstract means must have an engine. A vehicle must have an engine. Without an engine, a vehicle is visible. Okay, so we have ensured here that this is the has engine property. You understand? Okay, that is a very good question. Anyone has any question? Really, this thing is tough. Okay, so if you understand tonight's class, you will understand a lot. Okay, really, this is tough. It took me for a long time to understand this, because I got this clear concept while writing my book. Then I spent a lot of time to understand what the heck, what I'm doing here. So then I spent a lot of time writing this. Okay, so let's try to understand this diagram, although it is complex, but our intention is to understand object relationship. If we understand object relationship, then we will understand something else that I'm going to teach in a few minutes. Okay, so engine is an essential part of a vehicle, and it says a vehicle has an engine, and car is a vehicle, and truck is a vehicle. So by default, a car has an engine, a truck has an engine, right? And these are two different objects, car and vehicle, two different classes. So, okay, so let us expand these cars. So for instance, think we have Maruti car and Toyota, two different builders, companies, okay? So a Maruti car is a car is a vehicle, so a Maruti car is a vehicle. Right? So look at the sequence. Try to understand from bottom to up. Okay. So a Maruti is a car is a vehicle. So a Maruti is a vehicle. Okay. Toyota is a car is a vehicle. So Toyota is a vehicle. And since all vehicles have an engine, okay. So a Toyota has an engine. A Maruti has an engine, a pickup has an engine, a van has an engine. Okay. Now let us think that. So these are cousins. Okay. These are cousins. So these are maybe our parents. This is grandparents. These are parent and uncle, and these are cousins. Okay. So try to understand that way. So try to understand the distinction between Toyota and pickup. So a Toyota is a vehicle, but a Toyota is not a pickup. Right? So now my point is that if this vehicle has an abstract method, that abstract method must be implemented in all of the time classes, right? All of the things, right? Because that is the abstraction concept. But there are those implementations, for instance, run, load, capacity. Okay? For the running speed, maybe for the speed of a Maruti and Toyota, maybe different. speed of a Toyota and a van may be different, and loading capacity should be different. Okay. So far, do you understand this relationship concept? If we understand this relationship concept, then we will be able to understand casting, type casting. Actually, polymorphism happens during runtime. Okay, it does not complain. If you even do mistake, you will not complain during your program compilation time. Most of the time, it will not complain. But since it will complain in runtime, so you will not literally you will not find any error in your program, but it will give a different result or an error. This is how we need typecasting to understand typecasting clearly. Okay, for instance, this is another code snippet. It has public interface, immovable, and it has two methods, right? Move and then reverse. And this is C# method. You know, in C# they use that clone sign, okay? Clone, and then but in Java we use extend. What is in Python? What is in Python? Who are taking Python class? Anybody is taking Python class? Or you have only Java stuff? Lab?
For the 1322.
Okay. Maybe in Python only is colon. In C++ also colon. And when you use colon, please remember that you have to give a space between this colon and this name. Otherwise, you will give an error. You need to give at least one space between this class name and this colon and this. In C++ it made error, but I don't know if C#, maybe it will make an error. So these methods are abstract methods. Okay, so by default, everything in an interface is abstract. So you cannot have any bug. So when you implement this, then you will have to redefine this class, this method. You have to redefine this method. Even if you do not want to redefine, you have to keep it blank. That is, blank is one kind of definition, body, blank body. But you have to have something redefined. This is C#, I think. Okay, so this is an example of using. So you already will have this in your slide. You can see this, but I want to explain my own code that I think I will be able to explain better way. This is just similar same code in Java. This is same code. This is just UML diagram of it says employee. This is the parent class. This is base class. This is base subclass. This is subclass. This is subclass, and this is another level of subclass. But I am looking for a program actually. Okay, let us. Our main goal is to understand typecasting here. Okay, understand typecasting here. Actually, typecasting it makes a lot of errors, and it is really difficult to understand. Let me try my best if I can help you to understand. Okay, again that complicated picture. Okay, but give us an attention. Give attention, please. So here, almost the same picture over here. That same picture. I have here is vehicle class, and this vehicle has an engine. Okay, for instance, and this vehicle class it is extended by car class, another car class. Okay, so class car extends vehicle, and then since this vehicle, okay, so it has its own methods. And it is extending vehicle class So by default, a car object will be able to access his own. I will be able to access this method, right? Parent class method. So now what happens? Think that if a parent class, if a child class has same method name by its parent class method, that makes another level of complexity. We're coming that later, okay? Okay. So for instance, here again, class Toyota is extend car, okay, and class Maruti it extends car. Like that means this is actually the left part of the previous diagram. Actually, I'm explaining this part. Okay, in order to make it simple, I'm explaining only this part, only this part, only this half. This, okay, not this part, not track part. Okay, so if you understand this part, then you will understand that part. Give attention, please. So here is a car class Toyota. It says class Toyota extend car, right? And since this class is extending, now if so this class will override car info. If see, this car info is common in its base class car as well as its own. This is his own class. This method is own method, right? You see this definition is you see here its own body, and but it has this car info has its own body. So this car info method is car in car class. So since Toyota is extending car class, so Toyota object will have access to car info twice, one for its own and another for its parents. Similarly, this Maruti extends car, so Maruti will have its own car info as well as it will have its access to parent class car classes car info. And for instance, Toyota has its Toyota special and Maruti. Oh, sorry, it should be Maruti special. Maruti will have its Maruti special. Okay, so there are two types of casting. One is upcasting and another is downcasting. Okay, one is upcasting and another is downcasting. Upcasting means an object of the child class will have easy access to the upper level classes. Right? Easily, that is by default. Easily, an object of a child class can easily get access to its parents, to its grandparents, inheritable object. But this is called upcasting. Upcasting is easy by default. But in reverse order, that is one of the problems, one of the limitations of inheritance we are discussing, that a parent class cannot have direct access to this method, to Toyota special method. But if a vehicle object wants to access this method, okay, it cannot do directly. That is, in order to do this, we need to do downcasting. Downcasting is not automatic. Upcasting is automatic. This is why all children class objects can inherit can access a subclass property. But its reverse is not true and it's really difficult. Okay, so we need to understand this. We want to understand this. The main focus of this class is to understand this. If we understand this, then you will understand polymorphism. Clearly. But just overriding the things over here, from here and there, overriding is not the actual concept of polymorphism. This is a single line, single word, just a single word at the rate override, and you can implement both, okay? Okay, in order to go in there, before I go there, let us try to start with a simple thing. Okay, typecasting in Java, that is for wrapper class. You know the wrapper class. There is, we know the integer is int. Is a built-in data type, right? There is a corresponding data type in Java. Int is here, integer, that I is uppercase. That is corresponding to integer, int, and short. We type in short is in smaller case. That short is default, but this short is, this is a wrapper class. So this is byte, short, integer, long, float, and double. These are the wrapper classes in Java, maybe of C# as well. And these classes have a common base class, number. A number class by default inherits from object class. Okay. Now my question is that if I have a number object, can I assign that value to byte? Can I assign that value to integer? Can I assign to that value to float? Can I assign to that value to double, or reverse and vice versa? Let us see that in a program. Okay, so my problem is here. You see, I have a class. I have two objects over here. Number is a class, right? Which class? I just showed you here. This is a number class. Okay, this is number class. This number class I have two distinct objects, n1 and n2. Okay, and for instance, I have another integer object I equal to 5 and double d equal to 2.5. Pretty simple up to this, right? This I'm trying to explain what happens here. Number and then integer, double. So I have an object. I have two objects of number class, and I have one object of integer, and I have another object of double. See, these are here. I have two objects of number class, and I have an integer object, and I have a double object. Now, what will happen if I say n1 equal to I? If I assign n1 by I, and if I assign if I assign either one, if I assign n by I and n1 by d, what will happen? It will happen automatically. It is called upcasting. That means I have values here, and I am assigning this value to upward. So Java and object-oriented programming languages do it automatically. There is no problem. Okay, it will do. Yeah, you see, this line will have no problem. Upcasting, that means putting double and integer to number. Okay, no issues, it will be done automatically. Okay, now if I want to do reverse order, if I want to say I equal to n or d equal to n1, okay, then the problem will be here. If I say I equal to n or d equal to n1, it will make me trouble, because it will not allow me to assign to come to downward. Okay, so from number to here. So in order to remove that error, there will be type mismatch error. So it will show this error. Type mismatch. If I type this, then it will show type mismatch cannot convert from number to integer, or cannot convert from number to double. So these are the things maybe simply like this. For instance, if I have a 5-digit number, 1526, any number. For instance, this is a 5-digit number. Okay, so can I convert it to 3-digit number? If I want to convert it to 3-digit number, no. If I want to convert it to 3-digit number, some digit will be discarded, right? I will lose some data. But if I have a 3-digit number, 265, can I convert it to 5-digit number? Yes. I can easily add 2 zeros, right? At the beginning, then it will be a 5-digit number. I will not have an arrow, right? So that means it seems like number is top. It seems it is a larger object, it is the parent object. So you cannot downgrade it. You cannot downgrade it. The reason is that, remember that all integers are numbers, right? All bytes are numbers, all shorts are numbers, all floats are numbers, all doubles are numbers, but all doubles are not integers, right? For instance, you understand this? Let me just go back to the previous. So all Toyotas are vehicles, but all vehicles are not Toyotas. Right? All cars are vehicles, but all vehicles are not cars. Some vehicles are trucks, some vehicles are airplanes, some vehicles are maybe different types. Think about that way. So then you will understand. Okay? So the reason is that we need typecasting because all numbers are not integers. Because some numbers are integers, some numbers are long, some numbers are double, some numbers are float. But all integers are numbers. Right? So this is the thing, this is why it is getting error over here. It will get error over here. So this is why we need to do typecasting over here. So we need to enforce n, okay, to be temporarily downgraded as an integer. So this typecasting is a temporary action. It will be applicable only on this line. So it will not be applicable after this line. Is understandable? You understand? Anybody from the back? Can you hear me? Okay, the reason I am explaining and giving you this example, this is pretty well known, okay, and simple. So now, if I go back to my object typecasting, that is the thing, a main complicated thing in object-oriented programming. Actually, this is the main tough. This is the toughest thing in object-oriented programming. Very tough in object-oriented programming concept. So we know class, constructors, those are easy. But these polymorphism stuff are very difficult. So what we have learned? Upcasting is by default. Upcasting is by default. But downcasting is not default. And it is difficult. We cannot do direct downcasting. We can use object reference. You remember what is an object reference? Can anybody tell me what is an object reference? So if we do not recall what is an object reference, then what I am going to explain over here. If I have a car C1 equal to new car, this C1 is an object, right? It will take a space in memory, and somewhere in memory it will take a space, and this space will be denoted as C1. Okay. If I say another car C2 equal to new car, then this object will be another object. It will take in another place, not here. With another place. This place may be close to each other or far different from each other. Okay, we don't need to know that. This is the C2. Now, if I say graph C3 equal to C2, then this C2 is a reference, object reference. This C2 is object reference. So easy to remember that when you do not use any new operator, then it will create a reference. Okay, so then when you say C3 equal to assign C3 by C2, then this C3 will take place at the same place of C2. Wherever you have C2, this C3 will take same place. If you change values of C2, then C3's value will be changed. This is a C3 here is called object reference, okay, or reference. And this is actual object. This has its own identity in memory, own space in memory. A reference is likely, you can remember that like nickname, like people we have nicknames, right? So like nicknames, okay. So that means if I gain my weight, my nickname also will gain weight, right? This is the tough thing. If you understand these things, you will understand what I want to explain here. Everybody, please, let us take a 1 minute break, and then let us. So far, are you enjoying this class, this stuff? It will be better. Please watch videos. There are tons of YouTube videos and other resources. Okay, there are a lot of resources better than my lecture. All this, what you will find something better than my lecture, and then maybe you will, if you don't understand with my lecture, please try to see me. I wait for you. Nobody come to my office hour. Maybe you will come to office hour at the last moment. I will not be able to give you time at that time. Really, these are tough. Really, these things are tough. So it would be easy and easier thing, but everybody could be a programmer. Everybody will be a software engineer. You need to think it like with more concentration. And I request it, please do not watch any YouTube videos and other things, and do not spend in the back. So you like me to do proctor in the back? Okay, let us try to understand upcasting, how it happens. Okay, for instance, I have a Toyota. What is this? Is this an object or a reference? Initially, this one is the object, is a reference over here. Okay, so then until I say car reference 1, until I say equal to new Toyota, until I use new operator, it has no unique identity, its own identity. So for instance, for this line means that car reference is a runtime object of class Toyota. Runtime object, okay? And so the question is that is car reference an instance of car? Is car reference is an instance of car? Remember and recall this picture. So car reference, okay, so is an I said I created as a Toyota. Toyota is here. Toyota is here, but car is here. Toyota is a child class, but car is a parent class. Toyota is here. Toyota is here, but car is here class. Okay, base parent class. Okay. So then, if I say Toyota car reference 1, that means here, that means car reference is a runtime object of class Toyota. And then it also means that car reference is an instance of car. Yes. Car reference is an instance of Toyota. Since Toyota has its parent class car, so by default, car reference is an instance of Toyota. Okay, so that means car reference will be able to access Toyota's properties as well as car's properties. Okay. Okay. Number here. Look at this here. Okay. So car reference dot vehicle. So yes, it will invoke because vehicle info car reference will be able to access vehicle info. Let us see what is vehicle info. So car reference is a Toyota, and then it will be able to access vehicle info. Vehicle info is from vehicle class. And for here, unless I do this typecasting, this is the typecasting. You see the typecasting car reference is already a car. So this type, this is for upcasting. This is by default. This is by default. This part car reference 1. So this is a typecasting, but this is by default typecasting. That means we don't need to type in, because since car reference is an object of Toyota as well as an object of car, and car is a subclass of vehicle. So car reference will have access to all of the methods. So its own methods, its parent methods, its grandparent methods. Okay. So this is the thing explained over here. That means here, even we let us see the last one. Even we do not use, these are the typecasting, upcasting. Even we do not use this upcasting notations explicitly, it will work automatically. But now we want to understand downcasting. That is not automatic. Okay, so there are more information over here. So let me try with last three things. Okay, so Toyota, I said Toyota car reference equal to new car. Is it is it allowable? This statement. Toyota, so if I say car reference 1 equal to new car 1. So please give attention here. So what is new car? So Toyota is the type. Okay. So Toyota is the very bottom type, right? And car is middle type. So that means understand this way. Are all cars Toyota? Try to understand from right to left. Okay. That means so assignment operator assigns value from right to left, right? So understand that way. That means are all cars are Toyota cars? No. We know that there are some cars that are Maruti or Honda, right? So that means this will not work. This is wrong. Okay. Similarly, so are all vehicles Toyota? No. So then this cannot be instantiated. This will not work. Okay. Similarly, are all Maruti Toyota? No. So in order to understand this, so my time is short. In order to understand this, try to understand the way how assignment operator works. Assignment operator assigns its right hand value to the left hand, right? If we say x equal to 5, then it assigns 5 to x. Similarly, so question to yourself, okay, so are all cars are Toyota cars? No, that means it won't work. Okay, but if we could define different way, that for instance here we will see, okay, let us try. This is, if you understand this thing, then I'm done for now, for today. Okay, so let us try. So downcasting is really difficult to understand, to explain, and to use. Okay, let me try. It took me a long time to understand how it works, really. Okay, so I want to explain my strategy to you so that you can remember it easily. So let us see a car reference is a car. type car. Okay. So now car reference is initialized by Toyota. Now question yourself, ask yourself, okay, are all Toyota a car? Yes. No. 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 According to this implementation, Toyota is here, class Toyota. These all Toyota are cars. I have extended track other way. Okay, so I did not put track over here. So let us make it simple. Don't complicate it. Then I will not be able, okay, to explain it. Just this is the last slide. Okay, so please. Okay, so yes, all Toyotas are car. Right? All Toyotas are car. All Toyotas are vehicle. Right? So here, car reference is a runtime object of Toyota, and is car reference an object? Is an instance of car? Yes. Okay. Is car reference is an instance of Toyota? Yes. And is car reference as an instance of Maruti? No. Okay. Now here look at. So since car reference complaint and error. Okay. Since car reference is what type? Type car, but instance Toyota. Look at this line. Try to understand this line. This line says, so these two lines is actually I want to extend it. Yeah. I'm trying to increase font size. Full screen? So here, I want to explain here. Give me attention, please. Just few more minutes, okay? So it says, the line says, car reference is type of car. Its type is car. First one is type, okay? And this is instance of Toyota, okay? So that means car reference one is an instance of Toyota, but it is a car. Okay? So since it is an instance of car, right? Instance of car is our parent, and Toyota is child, right? So this one, the car reference will not have access to Toyota special. Even I say it here, look at that. Even I say it, if I would say, I have to explain. If I say, I would say here Toyota over here. If I say Toyota car reference, okay, then it will have access. This one is okay. This line is okay. But since that means, try to remember that all Toyotas are Toyota. All Toyotas are Toyota. But since I have this car reference is a car, because all cars are not Toyotas. Because there are some cars that are Maruti, that are Honda. So this was why this line will not be accessible directly. So we need to do downcasting. We need to cast it by this operation. This is the typecasting over here. It will work good. But this line will make an error. I have this program on my GitHub account. So please download it. Okay. You know how to download a GitHub project? You know it right now, right? How to clone it? Once that if you have cloned it, then how you will update it? Git pull origin master. Yeah. So if you need help, look some YouTube videos, then you will see how you will understand easily how to use Git and GitHub. So this line car reference equal to Toyota special will not work unless we do downcasting. The downcasting is that because the originally car reference had type car, right? Since all cars are not Toyota, So unless we do downcasting, we will not be able to do this. Okay. And but even if we do this, even we want to, then the question is that how about this line? Can anyone say that? Already we have answer on the right side, but do not look at the right side, but try to understand this line. I am telling that this line is not workable because this line. If we say card reference 1, if I convert, if I want to downcast card reference 1 to card, it will not work because all cards. So I have initialized a card reference 1 by a Toyota. Okay, but my type of card reference is a car. So since card reference car has other types than Toyota, like Maruti types, so this line will not work. So I cannot cast card reference 1 to Toyota, to car over here. And the last line, if you understand the last line, this is another special line. If you understand these, then you are good to understand. You can do it. You can do this runtime. You can do it compile time, but it will make an error at runtime. Yes. Yeah. There are, like I told you, the typecasting are temporary casting. So that sometimes you are converting card reference 1 to Toyota, then again to car, then again to Toyota. Okay, that is so compile time error. But it will work. This will work. So it will see that the final casting. Time casting works this way, from left to right. So right to left. Work from right to left. So it will do first this one, then this one, then this one. So I have my program. Uploaded on my GitHub project. Where is that? So yeah, please download this and run this. If I explain this here, it will be easy for me. Now, is the time up? Oh, so if time was not up, then I would explain here. So GitHub. So if you come to here and if you download this one, clone this one, CSE1322. 1322. I have this project. You see SRC. Under SRC, then typecasting, polymorphism, object downcasting, object upcasting, all programs are there. Okay, so yeah, so this downcasting program is here. So download this program and run it yourself. Make some changes and try to understand the effect of your change. Okay, and then so I'm sorry, I could not maybe finish the last slide. The last slide was so it says the error what I explained. It shows those errors. Okay, again remember we will have a test next week. No, I think it will be here. I will tell you next class. It will be here. No.
Can you figure out what the online test is? Email us tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. So how can I email you on D12? Okay, I will make an announcement. Okay, I will make an announcement on D12. So please look at the my announcement. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
What is the benefit of downcasting? Because what would be the what kind of real world example would you want to downcast?